Hi guys, welcome back to game number 4 in this great series in between REYNOR and MARU. So we have a great international engagement in between them, as Italy is going to face South Korea once again. We have game 4 now. See how things will unfold. MARU doing really well. REYNOR also fighting with some crazy tactics with Swarm, Host and so on. So let me just start once again by introducing the players to you guys. As we are spawning in the lower left in the red, it is REYNOR from Italy. And his opponent here in the upper right in the blue, it is MARU from South Korea. Of course, MARU, a very much known Terran player, as he's considered currently to be the best, of course, in the Terran gameplay. So let's have a look what exactly they will prepare for us. MARU opening up here pretty standard, not designed to go for a proxy barracks. She's just walling off here really nicely, preparing his macro game. Let's have a look at REYNOR. Also the pretty standard stuff by him, as he's taking his first expansion. So fast expansion here for REYNOR versus the walling attempt here by MARU. He should continue with his gas. There it is, and he might, of course, like many Terrans, might want to add that one Reaper just to annoy the mineral line from the Zerg as much as possible. Let's just see now what they will prepare for us. We've seen actually MARU go into mass mech versus the Zerg, and it worked out really well. He also added those snipers. The snipers really important you need to have in the late game versus the Zerg. So yeah, the overlords are also out on the map for REYNOR, scouting of course the proximity. REYNOR knows of course the gameplay from MARU. He knows of course how strong his proxy barracks are. But yeah, no such thing by MARU, as they're spawning here on inside and out. Very beautiful map with lava, as we can see here. Nice plants here in blue. Let's have a look what else there is here onto this map. As a nice fireplace here. So yeah, very beautiful map here for both players to play on. So yeah, in comes the SCV for MARU, and yeah, there is that expansion being finished. So let's have a look what exactly the next steps are going to be here for both players. MARU also taking this expansion, of course. His SCV did scout the expansion from REYNOR, so he feels now really confident to go for his expansion as well. Barracks into a reactor, so double marines for him. And the factory. He might continue with a starport very soon. So let's have a look what exactly is going to happen here. As yeah, my voice is slowly but steadily just giving up, so I'm going to try to drink a little bit of water. REYNOR taking his second expansion. Of course, the timer is really well, so the build order is really nice here by REYNOR with the 2 minute and 30-second mark. He also has some Zerglings out, so the first Zerglings are already out on the map. MARU just preparing here his walling with his marines. Perhaps he's going to add some supply depot into this location. And now he's switching into factory with reactor, so double Hellion for him. Could be a Hellion drop. There is that starport, as yeah, both players will very likely engage. No, they're just passing each other. So let's have a look. There is that walling I was talking about. So of course the map allows that walling for a player, and the first marines will of course try to intercept some units from the Zerg. But let's just check REYNOR really quick. He's going for that speed, a little bit of a delayed speed. There is his second expansion. Not that many queens for him out, so 2 here on the main and 1 here at the expansion point. So the first drive through here by MARU could be really deadly with those marines. Let's have a look if he can make something happen. The marines, however, retreating at home, and the Hellions drive here forward towards the mineral line, but they're already being intercepted by the queens. So the queens were here in the front, spreading that creep for REYNOR. So very aggressive spread by REYNOR with those queen eggs. Let's have a look. He should have a queen at home, of course, to inject larva and to have anti-air protection. Now he's even adding a spore in a very interesting location, so leaving his mineral line a little bit exposed. Perhaps he thinks that the first drops will happen from this side. And there's that medevac with the mines. So MARU deciding to go for mines. Mines also in the middle game, in the late game, also very strong unit to have, as so much splash damage can be dealt against the Zerg unit. So yeah, let's see if REYNOR is going to be ready for this. And also another spore in a very interesting location. Usually Zergs will like to place it here next to the mineral lines. But yeah, let's have a look. Where exactly is that medevac? Yeah, there it is, next to the lava. So a very beautiful map here with nice fireplaces and lava. In comes the medevac with those widow mines. One is getting dropped. The second one might get some connections. Some Zerglings will be killed. And there's that second drop. Let's have a look. Reynor really fast. Nice micro here by him. Only having 3 casualties. The medivac is really hurt, so he has to retreat with that one. So Reynor with a perfect reaction, of course, knows the timing from the attack. 4 is also now finally here into that main, and yeah, there's this other mine just to secure this location. But Reynor, like I told you, really smart, sends out his spore. There it is, just to have detection against this one mine. So yeah, nice job by MARU. Sadly for him not being really successful, and the queen thinks, of course, the damage from mine. Let's have a look. MARU moves out now with some Hellions. Actually, it's Hellbat, sorry, and they can get healed by the medivac, so very strong unit to splash to deal splash damage. But yeah, MARU, as soon as he sees the Banelings, of course, he's retreating. The Banelings, of course, the perfect counter towards that infantry from the Terran. So yeah, Reynor looking like he has a answer for all the abusement here by MARU. Let's just check the main. 5 barracks, 1 starport, 1 factory, and another barracks here for him. So going very heavily into that infantry, but also having another expansion here into this location. As slowly but steadily we're closing at this 10-minute mark. This one overload is also important here for Reynor, just to give him vision really soon what exactly the build order from MARU is in the middle of the game. So yeah, MARU still roaming around. Reynor not deciding to be aggressive, just spreading that creep really aggressively around the map. And yeah, MARU with those Hellions, he's looking, of course, for an attack, but once again going for Hellbats. And yeah, let's have a look if he's going to make something happen here, but there shouldn't that be so many workers into this location. So in come the Hellbats. Perhaps he just wants to snap some Zerglings with some queens. And yeah, now he's going for those eggs, but already taking damage. But those Hellbats are really tanky. And yeah, there go those Banelings, sniping 2 of them. Still a waiting game for Reynor versus MARU, as he's still spreading that creep. Let's check his main. What will be his next plans? He has, of course, a lair. There's that upgrades going really nicely. I don't see any other roach warrant or a higher list, then neither do I see a spire. Maybe he just hid it somewhere. Oh, there it is. There's a nice hidden spire here by Reynor, so he's going Mutalisk. Interesting enough. Later on he could, of course, transition into Hydras, into roaches. But hold on, we actually see a small group from Zerglings here by Reynor, sniping 3 SCVs. So nice catch here by Reynor with that small group, being able to snap some mutes. And he might even upload them into this one Overlord, and might even go for some Banelings. Let's have a look what MARU can do here. But there's also many defenses here for Reynor, as he should be able, of course, to hold this with Zerglings, with Banelings. Looking at this Overlord here, Overseer pretty soon. Yeah, there it is. Now actually still an Overlord with the transportation capability. So let's have a look where exactly he's going to unload. The attack is still happening here for MARU. MARU this time with so many Marines, and even a tank, one in the back, one in the front. So MARU really wants to take this game very early. Looking like he's wishing to snap this one. Actually, and indeed he is being successful. At the same time, in comes Reynor with his Zerglings. But remember, he also has that Overlord into that main, so it's a double attack here by Reynor. And a nice ceiling going on here for him. Let's have a look. The Zerglings will unload here and might go for the economy, but no, he's actually targeting that tech lab. Interesting enough, not deciding to go for those workers, just killing this one tech lab. At the same time, MARU just keeps on attacking, but the queens are still here. MARU has to pick up and retreat. However, the expansion has fallen, and now so many SCVs have fallen already, 12 SCVs, so nice double attack here by Reynor, and catching MARU a little bit off guard. 13 SCVs have been killed. Finally the Overlord gets sniped, and this is being held, but at what cost? Let's have a look at the worker count. MARU at only 68 versus 81 from Reynor, and Reynor even taking this expansion. But hold on, we have an engagement in the middle of the map. The tanks are very much exposed, and still this one tank fighting very heroic, but in the end is being taken out. So Reynor with that nice creep highway now finally paying off. So much more mobility here for him, for his Zerglings, for his Banelings, and even for his queens, as he also has a nice highway from Overlords here. So yeah, let's have a look. MARU, of course, clearing that, and also very likely scan this location. He might try to snipe some workers, might try to snipe the hatchery. Let's see what his plans are. He's teaming up, going straight for this one hatchery. And yeah, let's see, Reynor would be here with his units. There are Zerglings with Banelings, and the nice spread here by MARU, but still saw splash damage being taken. The reinforcements are nicely coming in from the back. Some Mutalisks are in the air. But here those Marines with Stim, perfect counter towards those Mutalisk as well. So REYNOR decides to just change his tactics really nicely, decides to intercept the reinforcements for MARU. So finally he's very aggressive here, showing his presence with those Mutalisks. Those Mutalisks are really fast, very agile, but also pretty much fragile. There's even the air turret at the same time. MARU deciding to take this other expansion down, and now kites back, might try to engage. Have a look, the Mutalisk have to retreat. There's pretty much a lot of anti-air here for MARU. Still REYNOR deciding to stay and losing sadly for him a couple of Mutalisk here, so he has to retreat. Still going really strong into those Mutalisk as we've passed the 10-minute mark. He's of course much more faster than the Marines on the ground, but there are turrets here to defend this location, and the reinforcements are also going in, so he will have to settle for a supply drop. But no, luckily for him, he gets those SCVs intercepted, so 5 of them will fall, as MARU has to now stay a little bit more back. He has to defend a little bit more as he's sending out his second task force here towards REYNOR, and those Stim Marines are nicely fighting back and forth just to take out the Zerglings. So nice job here by MARU, being present all over the map, sniping finally those queen eggs. And yeah, let's have a look. In comes the Mutalisk from REYNOR, but so many Marines being clumped together. Now finally the Medevacs are exposed, but they're of course much more faster with that afterburner than the Mutalisk. Let's see, so many Zerglings, so many Banelings for SERRAL, sorry, for REYNOR. So let's see what exactly his next buildings are. What is he transitioning into? An infestation pit, so we might see some fungus, we might see some mind control here by the Zerg. Check those expansions now really quick. I don't see any other buildings here for him, just that infestation pit, of course. We're very much needed unit to have in the middle of the map. And yeah, the barracks are also online here for MARU. He might try to go for those snipers really soon, but actually is transitioning once again into Tors. So Tors are very tanky and strong unit for the Terran. There it is. Some mines, of course, as MARU knows that our Zerglings and Banelings mines can perfect counter that, but hold on, we do see a small engagement here near to the rocks. There are the Mutalisk in the air trying to kite back and forth, but there should be of course many turrets here. Look at that, it's also such a strong force of the turrets here for MARU. In come the Mutalisk once again, but there's even now Marines on the ground trying to snipe this one tech lab. The Marines are here being stimmed up, so REYNOR tries of course to lure some units back, but at the same time preparing another attack here with his Zerglings, with his Banelings. Yeah, the rocks will be cleared very much soon. A nice scan here for MARU, sees everything now what his opponent does as he's moving forward with his infantry, but being backed up by those doors, by the tanks. Let's see what exactly is going to happen. He might have to be careful with those medivacs. And slowly but steadily we're closing at the 15-minute mark, and yeah, MARU pretty much under siege. REYNOR having a nice control of the map as he's also expanding while he is attacking. So let's check his main. Does he have the tier 3? Yes indeed, he has the hive. And what exactly are his plans going to be, but although we have a strong engagement, still a nice position for the Terran as he's going to be able to snipe so many units. So we have those tanks in the one tank, the Tors in the back, the medivacs, and those Marines. And look at that spread here for MARU, leaving some small groups around. And hold on, we actually see those Mutalisks now finally paying off. Look at that, so many SCVs are in the red, so MARU really hurt. 7 SCVs have been sniped, but now REYNOR is pretty much surrounded, going to take out more and more SCVs as he's kiting around the map. So yeah, nice pick of around 9 SCVs. So MARU once again dropping at 63 workers. REYNOR feeling really confident with those 91 workers. And yeah, his Zerglings are still roaming around. There's more creep here next to the lava, next to this bridge with some LED lights. This could be some LED lights here on this one bridge, just indicating the way. And yeah, let's have a look what exactly is going to happen here as a small group once again from MARU is being spread around the map, immediately getting picked up. So such a nice micro here by the South Korean player. At the same time, lots and lots of action going on all over the map. Slowly but steadily, REYNOR just keeps pushing more and more forward. 3 Tors. Finally, we do see some snipers. See the sniper unit here for MARU, so of course a much needed unit. But what exactly can he snipe? He just very heavily into those Zerglings, into those Banelings. Perhaps MARU is expecting a stronger unit. Maybe some Lurkers, maybe some Ultralisk, maybe some Broodlords. So everything can be possible, of course, in a late game. Still the sniper right now, but also EMP those investors. But hold on, we actually see the Marines now getting caught up. It's a nice position being found, but the Banings will take, of course, care of that. The nice hidden, the nice wall here by MARU. Income the Banings, they will roll here forward, but the spread is really good, so those Banings not getting so many connections. Or some infantry has fallen, but still the Taurs so much tanky. 12 kills on this one, and the Mutalisk try, of course, to come here forward. Tries to snipe this one turret, and repair is really strong here by MARU. Such a great fast micro here by him, and now the snipers will finally take out some casualties. Snipers now invisible with that cloak technology from the Terrans, as 7 more SVs have fallen, but in the end, really for REYNOR, he has lost so many Mutalisks here in the air. And yeah, this attack is pretty much over for him, as just 2 Mutalisks kiting around. Perhaps he just wanted to sacrifice those Mutalisk, and he might try to transition into something else. Look at that, we have actually 1 Ultralisk being spawned, and the upgrades also very much strong for him. Almost at tier 3. Hold on, we actually see the buildings now pulling forward. More and more SCVs have fallen here for MARU. MARU finally caught off guard by REYNOR as his buildings are moving forward. His Banings also try to get some connection. The spread is really good. The wall is still up, but steady for MARU. He has fallen to 43 workers versus the 92 for REYNOR. So much better game here for REYNOR. Much more aggressive, and I believe those Mutalisk also paid off in the end, as he just forced MARU to build so many turrets, to stay more back at home, not to be so much aggressive. Now finally the Zerglings will very likely take out this planetary. There's so much splash damage being dealt before the takeout, as income the reinforcements. This planetary might still be alive, very close, but no, actually. Even at the same time, we do see the Thunder move out, and REYNOR with an Ultralisk, with those Banings in the front. The Banings do get some good connections here, they keep rolling forward. And yeah, the Ultralisk is still here with that splash damage. 7 kills on this one Ultralisk as it's retreating towards the reinforcements. Meantime, some Zerglings pull here forward. So it looks like mass Ultralisk for REYNOR is going to be very likely being backed up by those Queens just to get some healing. And yeah, more and more larva is getting spread here. More and more creep, I mean, as we still see this one beautiful map here with nice plants and debris. Yeah, nice job, and look at that strong force here. So many Banings all of a sudden. So nice mix this time by REYNOR. Zerglings, Banings and Ultralisk. So of course the snipers will also be able to only snipe those Ultralisk, but there come Banings from the back. Nice Widow Mines connections. The Ultralisk are still here, they're very much tanky, and the Banings are just scared of the army from MARU, as the Ultralisk will take care of course the rest. Nice cloaking going on, good sniping. And yeah, still those Ultralisk are here taking care of the workers. So nice job here by REYNOR, spreading his units. Of course the snipers will take out some of the Ultralisk, but they're very much high on HP, and they will retreat as there is a Liberator in the air. So yeah, 12 more SCVs have fallen for MARU as the Banings just keep rolling forward. So Banings with Zerglings and Ultralisk seems to be the answer for the Zerg against those snipers. And yeah, finally REYNOR is going to be able to take this game, as MARU has dropped below 100 supply, and the economy from REYNOR would have been way too strong. Look at that, he has at 90 workers now versus the 33. So yeah, it looks like mass Zerglings with Banings in the end, with some Ultralisk. No infestors I've seen from REYNOR, as yeah, MARU was very likely expecting some Broodlords in the air. And let's not forget that REYNOR went for those Mutalisks, so I believe that was just a distraction by him. The Mutalisks did buy him a lot of time, and yeah, those attacks just kept MARU in the back. Yeah, Zerglings means for their defense and the Mutalisk in the air. In the end, sacrificing all of those Mutalisk, forcing so many turrets by the Terran. And yeah, in the end, just overwhelming the Terran with Zerglings, Banings, and those Ultras. So finally, REYNOR taking this game after suffering versus the mech from MARU. So much better game for him. Congratulations for him this time. So yeah, congratulations for Italy. We'll be seeing, of course, in the next replays. This is Tommy signing out.